Part of a successful Giving Tuesday campaign and strategy for your organization is social media. Giving Tuesday is a global movement that was really born on social media, and a lot of the engagement on Giving Tuesday is driven by social media that nonprofits are participating in. In this video, I'm going to give you some easy to implement tips for social media on Giving Tuesday this year. My name is Vanessa Lockshin, and I'm the president of the Storytelling Nonprofit, a training and consulting company that helps nonprofit organizations tell stories that raise money and awareness. If you've been following along here on YouTube with our Giving Tuesday tutorial series, you might remember a few videos back I talked about creating a Giving Tuesday campaign plan and how to do that. And I'll link to that video here on the screen if you'd like to check that out. In that video, I mentioned one of the pieces was creating a content plan that really complements your fundraising efforts. And a big part of that is the social media content that you choose to put out in the days and weeks leading up to Giving Tuesday. Ideally, you want your social media and fundraising on Giving Tuesday to go together like peanut butter and jelly. And in today's video, I'm going to give you some tips to make sure that this is integrated, cohesive, and helps your organization achieve its Giving Tuesday goals. Tip number one is to create a social media content calendar for about the 3 to 4 weeks prior to Giving Tuesday. Now, you may read different things about how long in advance to start promoting Giving Tuesday. My opinion is that 4 weeks in advance is plenty of time to do relationship building content and promotional content to let people know about what's going on Giving Tuesday. But essentially, you just want to flesh out where are you posting, what are you posting, so that you have a good idea of what's going on. This might include doing Facebook Lives, it might include doing donor stories from last year on Giving Tuesday, it might include other kind of fun Giving Tuesday related posts or posts related to what you're going to raise money for on Giving Tuesday. Think about sort of variety and different types of mediums that you can post on social media, whether it's video, Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, photos, text posts, all sorts of things like that can be helpful in engaging your social media audiences. Tip number two, if you're gonna post teaser posts about Giving Tuesday, make sure that you are getting people excited about what they're giving to, not just Giving Tuesday. I think this is a big mistake a lot of organizations make, and this is probably gonna be the most useful tip in this video for a lot of you, which is that so many people focus on the reason to give on Giving Tuesday being that it's Giving Tuesday. That is not a compelling fundraising reason to give for donors. They need to feel like they're giving to a project, a cause, something that they're really excited about. And as you get ready for Giving Tuesday, make sure that you're not just trying to sell people on the idea of giving on Giving Tuesday, that you're instead trying to get them excited about what they're going to give to. I think that this is a really critical change that a lot of organizations can make to see more success in their content and ultimately their Giving Tuesday campaigns. Tip number three, create a custom hashtag for your Giving Tuesday campaign. Of course, lots of you will see hashtag Giving Tuesday across the internet starting this fall and on Giving Tuesday itself. What you may want to do for your organization is create a hashtag that includes Giving Tuesday or maybe GT or some variation of that, and something related to your organization's name or the campaign that you're working on. Again, the idea is that there's this custom hashtag, people can find it, your supporters and social media audiences can use it as well. And it hopefully helps you just be a little bit more searchable and stand out in what your organization is doing. But I will warn you, don't go overboard with all the hashtags in your social media posts. There was a Salesforce study done last year that showed that using more than 2 hashtags on social media posts tends to see engagement decrease. So be deliberate and intentional about the hashtags you choose to use on your social media posts. Tip number 4, create some graphic assets that you can use across your social media channels. I think this is a really important thing to have some custom graphics already created that you can use on Giving Tuesday. The idea is just to kind of create your own custom graphics using your organization's branding, maybe the Giving Tuesday branding, something like that, so that you have some images that you can use leading up to Giving Tuesday. Tip number 5, prep and schedule this content ahead of time. I can't tell you how many organizations I see get really stressed out by all the social media they have to do. I mean, year round, but especially around the giving season like Giving Tuesday. If at all possible, try to write your posts ahead of time and get them scheduled, whether it's in the Facebook scheduler, in Hootsuite, in Buffer, any of these social media scheduling apps that you can use, so that you don't have to worry about them in the days leading up to Giving Tuesday. It's off your plate, off your to-do list, and already taken care of. Social media channels really can play an important role in driving engagement and donations on Giving Tuesday. So it's important to plan and prep these posts ahead of time and really think strategically about what you're putting out there so that you can increase your audience engagement. If you'd like more advice to help you plan a successful Giving Tuesday campaign, I've got a whole Giving Tuesday playlist to help you out. Click through here on the end screen to check that out and get more Giving Tuesday advice for your campaign this year. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up on YouTube. And if you are not yet a subscriber, hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner to subscribe to my channel to get weekly fundraising and communications tips. Thanks so much for watching this week.